It's Whole30 day 17 and I'm doing great today. I have no ill symptoms and I've been feeling good all day. Movement today was a little different than usual because we had to take the dog to the vet, so I decided to walk there and then take a little bit longer walk afterwards, so it was probably still about the same length. Today's a little different than usual because it's St. Patrick's Day, so we are going over a neighbor's house for a block party kind of party, and so I have to prepare for that. We're gonna have dinner here. We've got a corned beef that I got from US Wellness sitting in our sous vide machine right now, getting ready for dinner. So we'll have that when we come home with some cabbage and leftover mashed potatoes. But when I go to this party, I want to be prepared to not want to have everything that I see. So I am bringing a cup of kombucha. That chai spice kombucha I made the other day is now perfect. It's been in the fridge for a week and it tastes great. I'm just gonna pour that in a glass, take it with me to sip on while we're at the party, and I'm just gonna have a kind of a substantial snack beforehand. I'm not necessarily hungry right now. I definitely, if I was to do the fish and broccoli test, I wouldn't pass it, but I don't want to get hungry at the party and then make bad choices. So I'm just gonna make sure I do not get hungry at the party by having a snack beforehand. For food, breakfast, I had one little last piece of that hash brown casserole, some scrambled eggs, bacon, and black coffee. Did not have a morning snack. For lunch, I had a layer of arugula, some more of that beet and kale salad, 2 more of the Swedish meatballs with the sauce on top of it, and then some leftover patacones from last night. So for the snack, I have 1/2 of an acorn squash left from the other night that I roasted. I'm gonna do the coconut butter, raisins, cinnamon, and sea salt inside of it. And that'll be a pretty good hefty snack. Whole30 day 18. Today's been okay. I feel a little adrenal fatigue this afternoon. Not sure why. Like I've slept well last night and everything. It's just, you know, I guess it just comes and goes as time goes on. For movement, I got my usual 40-minute walk in. It was a lot nicer earlier today. If you can see the weather out here, it's kind of going crazy right now, like blizzard almost. Food for breakfast, I had this sweet potato US Wellness pork breakfast sausage hash with fried eggs and black coffee. Did not have a morning snack. For lunch we had a tuna salad. My husband made it, but it had like tuna salad, some Bubbie's dill pickles, pecans, and used Primal kitchen mayo, which is Whole30 compliant. Then on a Granny Smith green apple, and also had some leftover plantain chips. In the afternoon, when this weather started, I was feeling just kind of cold and everything, so I actually got a new product that I was really excited to try out. It was Golden Roots turmeric lattes, and they're really good. They're sugar-free, but it's like a mix, and then you just pour it into hot milk or water, and it makes this delicious beverage, and it was so good. I didn't even miss the sugar, which is really exciting because, you know, I always think lattes, I think of a lot of sugar, but no, this was great. I might try it some other time with coffee in it as well. Dinner tonight we're doing Melissa Joan's pork carnitas with some roasted broccoli and maybe plantains. My husband's saying they're doing rice, but I'm not doing rice. Maybe plantains, we'll see. And I did want to point out too that you might notice a trend in my meal planning. So like the first week I did a lot of the 40 Aprons blog kind of recipes. Last week I did a lot of Paleo Running Mama and also the Deliciously Ella cookbooks for the sides. And then this week I'm doing a lot from this Melissa Joan's Well-Fed Weeknights book. I like to meal plan that way because that way it's just, I take one kind of source and I just pick a whole bunch of things that look really interesting from it, and then I'll fill in the blanks with my plan to eat menu that I already have, like the choices that are already tagged as Whole30. And it makes that process go a lot faster because then I don't have to search all over the place for a whole bunch of different things. I just pick a blog or a cookbook or 2 and just choose from those. And it really makes it a lot easier. Whole30 day 19, and things are going great today. I have noticed one symptom that seems to have gone away, and I'm really excited about this one because it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, and it's the spotting that I was having in between my periods. For the last few months, I'd had pretty heavy spotting in between, and this time by now I've had it, and I've only had a teeny tiny bit and not a lot. So I'm really excited about that, especially because it usually seems to take a couple of months to really rectify, and to see this much of a significant change within 1 month is pretty exciting. Movement today, I did the usual 40-minute walk with the dog. I've now meditated 19 straight days. And for food, for breakfast this morning, I had a Mexican kind of breakfast casserole. It was a layer of hash browns, then ground beef that was made into taco meat, some green and red bell peppers, onions, tomatoes, green onions, and then some eggs. And then I had that with black coffee. I'm still feeling great the whole entire morning without feeling any blood sugar lows or anything, so I'm really excited about that one too. For lunch, I had an interesting concoction. It was a layer of baby spinach, and then some of the leftover broccoli, roasted broccoli from last night with sesame oil and sesame seeds on it, and then some of the leftover pork carnitas from last night. And then I had a little bit of like the leftover breakfast hash from yesterday, so I put that on there, and then I topped it all with 2 fried eggs. The fried eggs, because the yolks were kind of runny, was enough to make it like a sauce, so I didn't need an additional sauce as well. And then after lunch, I did have another cup of that golden root turmeric latte because it was so good. It's still kind of cold here today. I'm wearing a sweater. I haven't needed an afternoon snack. And then tonight for dinner, I'm making a meal out of Well-Fed Weeknights by Melissa Dewan. And it's gonna be this, you see it? Yucatan green chili saute with cumin lime sauce. It's really good. I'm not gonna have a picture to show you later, so I'm just showing you the cookbook. But it's really good. It's just like ground beef and riced cauliflower and pumpkin seeds and a chili lime kind of mayo on top. I can't believe they're only 10 days after this though. It's gone by really fast. I do say if you are doing this with me and it is your first time, that you maybe want to think about extending it a little bit longer. And I just say that because the very first time that I did a grain-free diet, the GAPS diet, I did it for 6 weeks before I felt any significant difference. And that's when I went outside that one day and everything looked like it was high definition television versus standard. Everything was crisp and clear. My brain fog went away. I could read things really quickly. I could answer questions really quickly. And that happened at the 6-week mark. So you're just 2 weeks past the 30 days if you're doing the Whole30 the first time. Maybe just think about extending your Whole30 to or 3 or 4 more weeks, or maybe bringing in some of those things that you see on the internet that aren't necessarily Whole30 compliant, but they have Whole30 compliant ingredients. Like for me, we have these empanadas we make. The ingredients are Whole30 compliant, but the empanadas themselves are not because they are still considered to be like a baked kind of treat good. So I may incorporate those, but still remain Whole30 compliant without any sugar for quite some time after this, just to make sure that I am really getting the benefits of this.